It was a dark, hopeless place to be in. I felt like I could actually physically see a black pit that I was staring down into, that I was already halfway in. Overall, I think I had a pretty good childhood. My dad wasn't around all that much, so I was never very close to him. I was 18 before he told me that he loved me. I looked for my father's love through other men. Marriage didn't stop that looking for love. I was married to a great man. We had 3 children. We had Hannah, we had Elijah, who passed away on Hannah's 4th birthday, and we had Evangeline. I was a suburban housewife that could want for nothing, but there was still a void I was trying to fill. During that time was when I first realized that I was looking for validation. I felt worthless. I felt like there's got to be more to life than this. I had multiple affairs on my husband, and we ended up getting divorced. And then I met another man who was too good to be true. By the time I realized how toxic the relationship was and how incompatible we were, I was already pregnant. I stayed in that relationship for about 5.5 years. I felt like I cried every day. I would Google things like how to hang myself, just different ways to commit suicide. I checked myself into the hospital for suicidal ideations. And I spent 10 days in a behavioral health facility. I got out of there, my mom came, picked me up, and she said, "Well, what did you learn from being in the mental hospital?" And I said, well, I didn't say, but I wanted to say, to not tell anybody. 2 months later, I was suicidal again. And then I just got to the point where I thought, I am a burden, completely and totally a burden. It was a hot day, a very hot day in June, and I drove over to the South Campus of James River Church, and I rolled up the windows, turned the car off, and decided to bake myself in the parking lot. I had been texting my ex-husband. I've gone through the texts, and I didn't see anything that should have raised any red flags that I was in a really bad place mentally. But I know that the Holy Spirit moved on him, and he called James River and told them that I was out in the parking lot, and that they needed to come find me. And he also texted Janelle Reed, and who was working here at the time. So Janelle came and talked to me at James River, and she made me promise that I would come to Victory Mission the next day. And I remember filling out the application for the restoration program. One question I remember particularly well was, why should we admit you into the program, I believe it is. And my answer was, I don't know. You probably shouldn't. There's probably other people who need help more than me. You know, I mean, I don't come from a background of substance abuse or you know, legal issues. I was just a unfulfilled housewife who had major depression, but I still needed Christ. It's been an amazing year, truly. I can't discount the value of soul detox. It's probably the most important part, in my opinion, to really unplug from the world and figure out what's going on in you, and to have Christ walk through that with you. True Christianity was never actually modeled for me until I came to Victory Mission. And the people at Victory Mission have shown me nothing but Christ's love. I don't know. I mean, it really is a family here, a family unlike any I've known. I don't think I realized until towards the end of the program how much, how much you have to be willing to submit your life. The prerequisite to coming into this program is to be broken. If there's one thing I've learned over the last year is that true growth is painful. I stayed put, and through that, God showed up and showed me his love and his blessings, and it was really amazing. Like, if you will just stand firm in the Lord, I mean, he will show up. He is faithful. He does his best work in the 11th hour. This is the something better that I've been looking for 20 years.